What it do, YouTube? OG Mr. Mont. Back at y'all with another video. Demetrius Boo Andrade. Andrade, however you want to pronounce it. Did he put himself in a position to finally get some big fights? Was the PBC a good move for him? I think so. He's going to be fighting on the Devontae Davis versus Hector Luis Garcia undercard, January 7th, this coming Saturday night. I think he's the first televised fight. I mean, I could be wrong. I think that's what I heard him say. But yeah, he moved up to 168, and he signed with the PBC. Who does he have in front of him at the PBC? Got a bunch of good fights at the PBC. Now, he's been calling out Jamal Charlo. Jamal Charlo is still at 160. He's still a champion at 160, but it's rumored to be moving up to 168. And Boo Andrade has been on his ass here in the last month or two or so. And, you know, me personally, all that other nonsense aside, you know, what happened years and years ago, they need to put that behind them, man. The Charlos need to put that behind them. Jamal need to put that behind them, and they need to make that fight, because I want to see that fight. That's a good fight. That's a legacy fight right there. And you know, at this point, Demetrius Andrade don't really have any big names on his resume. He's made quite a few suspect moves. You know, he was fighting on the zone. Basically, he signed that contract strictly for the money, because there was nobody on the zone at 160 for him to fight. You know, and they really wasn't making no fights with nobody else. All them fights was in the house, from if I can recall. But yeah, you got, you know, Jamal Charlo, Demetrius Andrade and Jamal Charlo is a fantastic fight. That's a fight that I would pay to see. So yeah, you know, Demetrius Andrade, that's one particular fight that I would love to see that could be made by PBC. Then you got Caleb Plant, who's scheduled to fight David Benavidez. I don't think there's a date yet, but yeah, I don't know if he would rather fight the winner of that fight, or would he rather fight both? Either way it goes, they both are huge fights. Demetrius Andrade versus Caleb Plant or David Benavidez, I would pay to see. Then you got the new kid, David Morrell Jr. That would be a big fight. That would be a huge fight. Very, very, very good fighter, David Morrell Jr. You know, Demetrius Andrade, very, very, very good fighter. You know, he done, you know, I want to say that he done let his best boxing years slip by him, but you know, you know, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell until he gets in there with somebody of the higher caliber. You know, we won't know, but you know, hopefully we can get some of these fights made. You know, those are the top four guys, I say, at 168. And of course you got Canelo Alvarez, but we all know Canelo Alvarez has had every reason not to fight Demetrius Boo Andrade. And this goes all the way back to 154. You know, Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, you know, has just had issues with that style of fighting. And you know, that's the reason he's never really wanted to take that fight. You know, he say they want payday, but yeah, everybody wants a payday. But them at the time, those were the best. Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, those were the best fighters at 154. And you know, they were the best fighters. Jamal and Demetrius Andrade were you know, the best fighters at 160. You know, at one point, along with Triple G. You know, and you already fought him 3 times, and you know, he done got old, so that's really not even worth talking about no more. But you know, it seems like Demetrius Andrade is still there for Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo Alvarez is not going to fight Demetrius Andrade. He's not going to fight Jamal Charlo. I don't think he'll fight David Benavidez or David Morrell. You know, that's just not. He has no interest in fighting those types of fighters, especially guys like Demetrius Andrade, who's kind of tricky. So you know, that's one of the reasons why he's never graced the ring with Demetrius Andrade. You can say he hadn't took that fight for whatever reason, but I just think he know he has issue with that style of fighting. But Demetrius Andrade, I think the move to PBC was a fantastic move. Hopefully he can secure some of these big fights, starting with Jamal Charlo. Come on, Charlo, man, take that fight, man. Man, calling you out, I mean, and people tired of hearing that shit about what happened at 154. I mean, if that shit piss you off that bad, man, go up there and whoop Andrade's ass. You know, I honestly and truly don't know who will win that fight. I mean, both of you guys is fantastic fighters in my opinion, but you know, it's hard to pick a winner for me in that fight. So, you know, that is a fight that we definitely need to see. And you know, hopefully we can get that fight, possibly Plant or Benavidez or David Morrell. You know, those are the top guys, in my opinion, that, you know, would make big fights with Demetrius Andrade at 168. But you know, you guys tell me what y'all think about that. Did Demetrius Andrade do a good thing going to PBC? Do you think he's gonna get any of those big fights? Charlo, Plant, Benavidez, David Morrell, Canelo. We know we're not gonna get that fight, but you know we got it. He's the champion at 168. But you know, what do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Like, share, comment, subscribe. That's all I got. It's your OG Mr. Mont. Salute to the mighty LDBC, and I'm out.